Hi, Simon here again. I just wanted to introduce you to the third part of my keys to successful fat loss. Now, we've already talked about nutrition and self-perception. Today I'd like to talk about environment, because this, sometimes it can be massively overlooked. There's an awful lot about your environment that can be conducive to being extremely stressful, and that has a massive impact on your body, your mind, and your body's ability to lose the fat that you want to lose and to maintain that. Because we talked about your mental imagery, your vision of yourself. How do you see yourself? What are your beliefs? Because that rolls into environment. What I mean by environment is it's your home life, your work life, and the town, the city, the area that you live in as well. Because a lot of things, the people behind those, behind the environment can really be very extremely negative and drag you down and keep you in a fat storing state, if you like, because of the mindset involved behind it. Family, the people behind you, closest to you. Sometimes, as I said before, sometimes the people closest to you can be potentially your biggest problem in terms of how you see yourself and what you believe you're capable of doing or being. Friends with the best of intentions can do the same thing. People you work with, maybe people you get on with, maybe the people that you don't. And your neighbours. I don't know about you, society's changed a lot. People in a lot of places around the UK, neighbours are not, it's not quite the same as it used to be, 40 years ago. Neighbourhoods aren't as close. People keep themselves to themselves a lot more. It's not this all-inclusive, all-encompassing neighbourhood. It's much smaller now. People keep themselves to themselves. There's still some socialising going on. I know it's the same in the street that I live in. It's, it's not as a community-oriented environment as it used to be. And that itself can be quite stressful, because if you feel that you're on your own and you don't feel comfortable enough to go and speak to your neighbours. Now, what this all boils down to is if your home life is negative, having a negative impact on you, and your work life and the area that you live in, the people around in your community, if you feel unsafe, if you feel threatened, if you feel undermined by the people in your family, your friends, your work colleagues, your neighbours, then it's a highly stressful environment. Whether you realise it or not, it creates stress. And stress has a hugely detrimental effect on not just your mind, but your body. This whole mind-body connection is inextricably linked. It's hugely powerful, very much underestimated. And if all these people in this environment are dragging you down, holding you back because that's what you believe, then you're going to stay in a stress state. And even a low level of this hormone, stress hormone called cortisol, even if that's been just a low level for a really long time, that has the same effect as a large amount in a short space of time. So it doesn't have to be something particularly traumatic or life-threatening for that cortisol to have a damaging effect on your mind and your body. Long exposure of a small amount, it's like a gradient. It starts off here, but over time it accumulates and it builds up and builds up and builds up. And it really hampers your body's ability to lose fat, because your body is in permanent fight or flight because of the stress levels in your body. So I hope you start to see how environment can have a huge impact on your ability to lose fat and to maintain that loss, because of where you live, where you work, the area. Do you have a long commute? Is it a stressful commute? You're driving long drive in and out of from work to home, etc. Busy traffic periods. It can get pretty stressful. It can get pretty wound up. You see people in their cars all the time in rush hour getting really annoyed with each other. Your family, are there people in your family holding you back? What is it? How can you work on their beliefs of what you are doing to encourage them to see it from your perspective as why you're doing what you're doing is beneficial for you. It doesn't have to be beneficial for them as long as it's not affecting them. Same with your friends. You know, friends, we all have our own beliefs. They might not believe that what you're doing or trying to achieve is the best thing for you. They mean it with the best of intentions. You know, friends don't set out to sabotage each other intentionally. Sometimes it's just kind of a bit of a collateral damage, if you like. Work colleagues and neighbours, you know, don't necessarily know them particularly well. You may do, and there will be some that will be on your side and some that won't. So have a think about what kind of beliefs are behind other people's perception and attitudes towards what you're doing and what you think is right for you. You know, you don't have to agree with their values and their beliefs. They don't have to agree with yours. But there has to be a respect for other people's opinions and perceptions and the way they want to do things. And that's particularly important for family. Families get bent out of shape all the time because they don't agree with what somebody else in the family's doing. Don't have to. It's just about respect for somebody else and their opinions and their beliefs. So I hope this is a food for thought. It's got you thinking. There's an awful lot in there, and I really encourage you to take the time to have a look at it, have a think about it, make some notes, write down what's in behind this, what's stressful for you in terms of your environment. And next time, part 4, we're going to be looking at emotions, how your emotions affect your state of mind, your mood, how it affects your eating habits, triggers for eating the good stuff and the not so good stuff, and how memories are involved with all this as well. So I really want to have a think about environment, and we'll talk again in another few days and look at emotions. In the meantime, have fun, stay happy, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.